What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Tunnel Vision, and we back. The lighting is a little off, but bear with me with that. But man, Devine Haney, man, he just had his little bout on the KSI undercard, and he was able to come out with the victory. Went the full distance. I guess what some people are trying to say that he got kind of exposed, just due to the fact that with what people were calling him, they would expect him to run through competition like that. And you know, some people are talking about how, well, yes, a learning experience and this and that is a fight where he had to make adjustments, and yeah, that's true, but that's part of the reason why I have an issue when people try to compare, these younger fighters to the greats. When they try to compare Devine Haney to Floyd Mayweather, and I said that he's a great fighter and he has the chance of becoming a Hall of Fame or whatever it is. If he stays focused, he keeps on the same path, and he does what we think he's going to do, then he can be, he can be big one day. But he's no Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was a different level of animal. That boy was a beast, especially even at that age. But he still had an okay performance. He still had a good performance. Now after the fight, he called out Lomachenko. He called out Ryan Garcia. He did not mention Tank Davis at all, which is kind of like what Usyk did. It was wilder before the fight. And then after his last fight, Witherspoon fight, it was all about, how he wants the winner of the Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua. Switched up. And that's why I said when it came to Devine Haney calling out Gervonta Tank Davis in my previous video, I said I believe it's just an Eddie Hearn thing where Eddie Hearn's like, okay, you call him out, because he's going to respond to you. It's going to bring faces to your fight. That's all it was. As far as it even being made, can that, fight be made right now? Could it happen right now? And I would say the answer to that is no. And just no, due to the fact that Devine Haney has an exclusive deal with dzon. He's fighting on dzon, exclusively on dzon. On a multi-fight deal. Gervonta Tank Davis, he's fighting on Showtime pretty much right now. And he's getting, his last fight I think got over 600,000 views. The one before that got 500-some thousand views. But it was it was a quick fight. So he's getting good viewership, and also in his last two fights, he sold a lot of tickets. A lot of people came to watch him fight. He's fighting in a couple of weeks against Gamboa. He's fighting in Atlanta, and that fight's selling like hotcakes. That's gonna be a big, huge event when they have it in Atlanta. He's gonna have, I believe, over 600,000 views on Showtime, and that's where the LB and Mayweather promotions want to keep him. They don't want to put him on an app where his viewerships are gonna drop, where the people they can reach is gonna shrink. So fight can't happen, and he's the A side clearly in that situation. So he's not gonna put himself into any kind of compromising position, having the leverage, the upper hand. That would just be stupid. Especially with the things that we've seen on DAZN with the fights. Derevchenko versus what's his name? Versus Gennady Golovkin. A fight that Gennady Golovkin lost, but he still got the victory. Katie Taylor, a fight that she lost, but they gave her the victory. You know what I'm saying? Jaime Munguia against Hogan, a fight that Jaime Munguia lost, but they gave him the victory. To put yourself into that type of situation. Even the last fight when Canelo Alvarez was fighting against I forget his name, whatever the hell that dude's name is. And his last Kovalev. Kovalev should have been winning that fight on the cards. He should have been winning that fight on the cards, but somehow he wasn't winning on the cards for whatever reason. Even the DAZN fight against Donaire versus Inoue. The 114-113, that was a good call, but the other two cards, just the actors have done that, didn't win a single round in that fight. which anybody who's won that fight knows that's complete BS. So I mean, so why would, seeing all this, why would you put yourself in that situation when you have the upper hand, when you're the A side in this in a bout like that? That's just stupid, you know. So fight can't happen. Or not to mention, he's setting himself up already where he can get Lomachenko, Gervonta Tank Davis. He's already setting himself up where he can get Lomachenko. So he's good. He's good right now. You know, all he has to do is just take care of business against the number 2 guy in the WBA. He's the number 1. He's ranked number 1 in the WBA. Gamboa is ranked number 2 in the WBA. And he's taking on the number 2 ranked guy in the WBA right now. You know, so he beats him. He puts himself into a space where, you know, a mandatory can be called when it comes to Lomachenko. Where they could just send that to purse bids. Then Lomachenko has, in chances are they're going to lose that purse bid. You know, PBC is going to probably win that purse bid. And that happens, then what? Lomachenko has to, make that choice. Are you going to go over there and fight, or are you going to drop the belt? Or no, I think they'll probably just want to negotiate that fight anyway, just due to the fact that what I believe they're going to do is, I believe he's going to fight Gamboa. After he fights Gamboa, he's going to keep that WBA regular belt, but I believe he's going to go down for his next fight, probably back to 130, to take on Leo Santa Cruz for a pay-per-view on Showtime, or a pay-per-view on Fox, one of the two. But I believe, he's going to go try to do a pay-per-view. And he has a type of following where I believe he'll get 200,000-300,000 plus pay-per-views. I believe, Santa Cruz's fans will support him. I believe Gervonta Tank fans will support him. And people can say, oh, it's not going to do good numbers, this and that. They can say all they want to say, just like they did with the Mikey Garcia versus Earl Spence. But I actually believe it's a fight that'll do 300,000. I believe he's going to do 300,000 plus pay-per-views. Period. So he comes off of that, then he can go, try to make that fight with Lomachenko, being someone who's already been proven on pay-per-view. And Lomachenko having 3 of the 4 belts. And then after that, he wins that. He's a unified champion. 3 belts, 1 fight. In a fight where he makes $10+ million. Easy. And further grows his cachet. And what's going to end up happening is Devine Haney, his contract with dzon is going to be up soon. I think he has a couple of fights left, and it's going to be up. So once that contract is up, then Devine Haney's going to have to make decisions. He's going to have to make the same decisions as Tevin Farmer had to make. Because Tevin Farmer, as soon as his deal was over, he was offered $2 million to fight Tank on a pay-per-view. And he said no to that. He said no to that. And now, I don't know who he's fighting, where he's fighting.
There's a disabled vehicle ahead.
Absolutely nothing. I have no idea who he's fighting, but it's going to be somebody of no consequence. And he's probably going to be on somebody's undercard, making probably $400,000 or $500,000 again. Because he's still in the space where he has to renew his deal with DAZN. So you're renewing your deal with DAZN. I mean, what exactly you're bringing to the table? The only reason they really had you was the fact that they thought they could lure Gervonta Tank Davis, to over there with you, with your belt and money. So, but you just turned down a fight against him. So you can't even use that angle anymore. So, we'll see what happens. But Devine Haney, he's gonna be put in the same position. Are you gonna re-sign with DAZN? That you're getting no kind of viewerships, that you're not growing your brand at all, that the fighters you have under you aren't growing at all. No one even knows who the hell's under your brand. Or are you gonna put yourself into a space like Gervonta Tank Davis is right now, where you can progress and where you can grow yourself as a fighter? He's gonna have decisions to make where you can take on him. Probably in a Showtime pay-per-view. Are you gonna make that decision, or are you gonna go back to DAZN? But for right now, that fight ain't happening, and I don't believe they intended to really make it happen anyway. Because Gervonta Tank Davis wasn't brought up until a reporter brought it up in the post-fight press conference. But, we'll see what the future holds. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out.